Hi guys. Hope everybody is doing well on this Thursday evening as we're closing in on the holiday. Give me just a second here. I am waiting on my chat to load in YouTube. Yeah, I have to watch chat on a different device than I use to actually do the break. And sometimes my iPad doesn't want to cooperate, which is the case tonight. It's being very finicky. So give me just a second to get that up, and then we'll be off to the races here. Yeah, actually, I think I need a new iPad. I don't know. This one's not that old, but it seems like it's just really slow all the time. Here we go. Now I think we're finally loaded up. All right, so we do have a little bit of information to go over before we start ripping into things tonight. So let's get started with that. First thing there, just a quick note, my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So the benefit to you is you never have to wait on me. As soon as you post positive feedback for me, our wonderful little automated system will immediately return it for you. And most importantly, thank you to everybody who's bidding and breaking and chatting with me or just hanging out and watching the break. However you're participating, I'm glad to have you. So thanks again for joining. We're going to take a quick look here at breaks that are coming up over the next 5 days. This is stuff that's already listed on eBay, available for bidding right now. I do typically list new stuff just about every night, so there's always something going on. Tomorrow night, we have Gold Rush Series 2 autographed mini football helmets. Those come out tomorrow. We're going to break them tomorrow. Leaf Ultimate Draft Football. It comes out tomorrow as well. We're going to break it tomorrow. We're going to break that by the full case, which means we're going to have a rockin' 60 hits in there. They're all on card. There's no base. It's all hits. I love Leaf. You guys that know me know this. So I'm looking forward to Ultimate Draft tomorrow night. We will also do another case of Tier 1 and another case of Dominion basketball. So tomorrow night's going to be fun. Saturday, we have some more autographed memorabilia, a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures, another case of Leaf Draft, and we'll do another case of Classics Football. Sunday, we've got some autographed memorabilia once again, another case of Dominion, some more 2011, oh, I'm sorry, that's 2012 Signature Series Baseball. Another case of Leaf Ultimate Draft, some more Classics Football. Monday's pretty much all memorabilia and a little Prime Signatures, because that's our holiday, of course. And then on Tuesday, we're going to do a little basketball, some more Dominion, and some more Tier 1. So that's what our 5 days ahead are looking like for tonight. This is also the order that we're breaking in. So the autographed baseball jersey will be up first. The case of Preferred Players autographed baseballs is our second break tonight. The Gold Rush full-sized autographed football helmet, our third break. Tier 1 baseball full case, our fourth break of the evening, and Classics will wrap us up with the fifth break. So if you're here for Tier 1, you've probably got maybe 10, 12 minutes, something like that. The memorabilia goes pretty quickly. If you are here for Classics, you probably have 35 or 40 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood. So that, that's always give or take a few minutes, but there's a rough estimate for you. A couple of other things to note on this page. Our first 3 breaks, that's the memorabilia. Those are free shipping breaks. Anytime you have something with me that is a free shipping break, it's going to go out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends on average. Occasionally a little sooner, but usually about that. So look for that to go out about next Wednesday. Our paid shipping breaks tonight. I know that looks like a long time. I've got it scheduled for Tuesday, but here's the deal, guys. There's no mail service on Monday. Yeah, no pickup, no delivery, no nothing, because that is a holiday. So unless I can get it out on Saturday, which I will try to do, but there's no guarantee. But if I can get it out on Saturday, I will. But if I miss Saturday, yeah, that rolls us into Tuesday. Finally, consolation cards. If your team does not pull something in a break, you are still entitled to a consolation card. That is typically going to be sent with your next hit if you're in one of the memorabilia breaks. If you're in one of the paid shipping breaks, that consolation card will go out with with the rest of the break, because it's a paid shipping break. So it would go out the same time everything else goes out. So that's all the boring stuff there. Now we're ready to get rolling here. So this is a 2018 Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey. It is break number 4. It ended tonight, May the 24th. We're live streaming it tonight, Thursday the 24th. And a couple things to note. Anytime you see that tonight that says no bids buyback, well, that just means it's an orphan team. And if it were to come out for that team, it would just stay here, hang out here with me. Otherwise, hopefully it'll come out for one of you guys, and I'll be shipping it out to you. That's the plan anyway. And the last little thing to note, the focus is about to change, and the background is going out of focus, but please don't worry. We're still going to be able to see everything. I just don't like using autofocus. It makes me crazy. And I see Nicholas and Philip are in chat. Hi, guys. Philip is in South Carolina. I've got some friends down in Hilton Head right now, Philip, and they tell me that you have a tropical storm on the way and started getting some rain down there this afternoon. So hopefully that's not going to mess up your holiday weekend too badly. All right, who do we have here? Oh, it looks like a little Frank Thomas, doesn't it? Yeah, so there's, of course, your signature. There is a PSA. Is that PSA? No, it's Beckett. It's a Beckett authentication sticker. There's also a Beckett authentication card that goes with it. It's got a little crease in it, I think, but I don't think that matters. Let's see if it's custom or... Yeah, I don't see any MLB tags on it, so it's a custom White Sox jersey, but hey, it's Frank Thomas, right? So that's pretty cool. So the Chicago White Sox taking home the jersey tonight, and please make sure, if this is coming to your house, make sure you find that little card right there before you throw everything in the trash, because I usually will tuck it inside the jersey, but sometimes it might, you know, fall out and be in the envelope or something like that, so... All right, guys, let me get our spreadsheet set back up and we'll roll into our next break. So once again, if you did not see this earlier, if you weren't paying attention, if you weren't logged on, if you're just joining us, whatever the case may be, this is the order that we're breaking in. Please also take a moment to review the shipping information so that you know when your item is approximately going to ship to you. And finally, the consolation cards. If you don't get a hit, you are entitled to the consolation card. Out of the first 3 breaks, the memorabilia breaks, that consolation card usually goes with your next package. You can send me a message on eBay if you want it sooner. Our 2 bottom breaks, our paid shipping breaks, your consolation cards will go out with the rest of the break. So next up, we have 3 boxes of 2018 Onyx Preferred Players Autograph Baseballs. This is a full inner case. It is break number 11. Like everything else, it ended tonight, Thursday the 24th. One other difference here, there are some teams in this product that don't have hits, so they are noted as no hits not listed, meaning I didn't list them for sale at all because they don't appear on the checklist. Now that having been said, 2 breaks that we've had recently have actually had players come out for one of those teams, and the players aren't on the checklist. So that is super crazy, but most of our cases, that is not going, you know, most of our cases, it's going to be the players on the checklist. And I don't know how a couple of times they had some weirdness in there, players that weren't on the checklist, so maybe they just had one ball for those players or something. I don't know what the deal was, but anyway, hopefully we're not going to have that problem tonight. And... oh, Nicholas says he is at ground 0 for the tropical storm to come ashore, so that doesn't sound like a fun holiday weekend. Mark, you were asking about Tier 1. It will be after the memorabilia, so we've got these baseballs to look at, and then we'll do a full-sized football helmet, and then we will be doing Tier 1. And, oh, Nicholas, you're right on the Gulf Coast. Yeah, you probably are going to get hammered a little bit there with tropical storm. I forget what the name of it was, but anyway. Hogs Cards is from Cincinnati. Are you a Cincinnati Reds fan? I'm a Reds fan. It's a rough life being a Reds fan, isn't it? I know, it is. But I've been a Reds fan kind of my whole life, so other than a long time ago, it's mostly been a rough way to go. That's all right. I love them anyway. I don't know whose signature that is. I like to try to guess. Can't guess that one. It's going to tell us, don't worry. There's an Onyx authentication sticker on it, and I'm going to assume that's the correct side, the upside of the signature. Here's our Onyx little authentication card that will match your sticker, and it tells us it's Alex Reyes. Okay. Now, surely to goodness, is Alex Reyes, he better be on this checklist. I mean, he's a Cardinal, but is he another one not on this checklist? It's going to make me crazy if that's the case. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's not on here. What are they doing to me? Oh, he is on there. Okay, good. I was just like, oh no, they were killing me there for a minute. Onyx sometimes is a little crazy with their checklist. They had one player last year, I think it was maybe it was in the national edition of the autographed baseballs, but they had one player just listed with a totally different team, as in a team the player had never played for at all. It was crazy. That looks like, could that be Robert Gelman again? Maybe, but I'm not 100% certain that that's who I think that is. There's our Onyx authentication, the card that goes with your Onyx sticker. And no, it's Ramel Tapia. Okay. Ramel Tapia is on our checklist for sure. He used to be, let me make sure they have him. Let me make sure what team they have him with. Yeah, Rockies. Okay. Just making certain. Looking up the checklist. Oh, Nicholas, you said it's very dry there. You know, it has been super hot here to be so early in the year as well. We had a really weird April where it was a warm February, a relatively warm March, a super cold April where it snowed a bunch, and then a blazing hot May. So it's been kind of crazy here too. Definitely don't know that signature. I'm 0 for 3 on guessing them tonight. There's our Onyx authentication. There's your little card that will match it. And this is Matt. Oh, I cannot say his last name. Your guess is as good as mine. Matt whatever. Okay, I'm terrible at pronouncing the names even when I know what they are, and I don't know that one, and he is at least a Padre, so that much I can tell you. So for the Padres, we have Matt, Yeah, that's how I'm going to say his last name, because I can't pronounce it. So Matt is for the Padres, and then we had the Ramel Tapia here for the Rockies, and then finally we have Alex Reyes for the St. Louis Cardinals. I have just one more tiny thing to do, and that is to write the break number on the top of these boxes in case we get any more opened up before these ship out the door. I want to make sure that that I know what's what without having to go back and watch the video again, right? Yeah, because we don't want to do that. That takes away from valuable time of sorting and shipping if I have to stop and watch the video. All right, so our autographed baseballs are wrapped up. We're going to now move into an autographed full-size helmet. Football helmet, I should have said, but you probably knew that. Okay, so once again, if you missed this earlier, please take a quick little moment here to take a peek at it. Your anticipated shipping date and information about consolation cards right there on the screen for you. This is a 2018 Gold Rush full-size autographed football helmet. It is break number 11, so also the 11th time we have broken this one. Like everything else tonight, it ended tonight on eBay May 24th. And same format. You guys know this by now. We've got teams on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right. One unsold team in here, and that would be the Cincinnati Bengals. And while I am a Reds fan, I am not a Bengals fan. I'm a Steelers fan. And one other thing to note down here. These have their own bidding categories. It says that in the listing description, but you know, whether or not everybody reads that, I don't know. Basically, there is the possibility to pull a helmet that is signed by multiple Heisman Trophy winners. There's also a possibility to pull a helmet signed by multiple college greats. If we pull either one of those, it would, of course, go to its respective bidding position. because there is no way we would sit there and be able to figure out all those signatures and try to figure out where that bad boy is supposed to go. So, Hogs, who is from Cincinnati, is not very happy with me for being a Steelers fan. I know, it's hard to digest, isn't it? That I'd be a Reds fan, but then yet a Steelers fan. I know. Crazy. You'll forgive me, though, maybe? Will you think about it at least? All right, guys, it tells me on the sticker here on the top of this box who this is, so I get a little head start on you in terms of knowing who our helmet is. And it is Earl Campbell, okay? Here's what you need to know about our friend Earl Campbell. He was a Houston Oiler. The Houston Oilers became the Tennessee Oilers and are the current Tennessee Titans. It is all the same franchise. So Earl Campbell helmet comes out for the Tennessee Titans. Stuff always stays with its franchise. There is info about that, of course, in my listing description down at the bottom in that little special circumstances area. We have a sticker there that's TriStar authenticated. I was trying to read what that said. So a TriStar authentication sticker and a little kind of bent up TriStar authentication paper card as well. And this was, of course, looks like a collegiate helmet originally. Well, you can't see that because it's cut off, but yeah. So I believe it was originally a collegiate helmet. But of course, again, Earl Campbell was a Houston Oiler. The former Houston Oilers are the current Tennessee Titans. So congratulations to the Tennessee Titans. Jeff, I tell you, yeah, Earl Campbell does come out kind of, it seems like in spurts. Like you'll go a while without pulling Earl Campbell, and then all of a sudden you'll pull a bunch of Earl Campbell. So I don't disagree with you. I've kind of noticed a similar sort of thing. But I think it also depends on the signing sessions. If you're ever interested in that sort of thing, if you go to the TriStar website and you look at the private signings that they have coming up, that usually will give you a little glimpse as to who you might expect to find in some of their upcoming products. And ditto with anybody they have signing at the National, which of course is in August, first part of August. So usually the next wave of stuff they have coming out after the National, you'll find a lot of people who signed there. So, you know. All right, we are now moving into Tier 1 baseball. So I wasn't too far off the mark. I said about 20 minutes. We're going to be about that. And of course, again, Tier 1 is a paid shipping break. So a couple of things. First of all, if I can get it out to you faster, I will. The reason it says Tuesday, because there is no mail on Monday for the holiday. And I'm not 100% sure I can get it out Saturday. In fact, I really am not at all sure that I can. But if I can, I will. If I cannot, you know why it's not going out until Tuesday. You can thank our silly holiday for that. And once again, consolation cards for Tier 1. If you don't pull something in this break, your consolation card or cards will ship with the rest of the break. So you don't have to request it. It won't go with the next package. It'll go out with everything else. Is the moral of the story there. 12 boxes of 2018 Topps Tier 1 Baseball. This is a full case break. It's break number 2. It came out last night. We busted into some last night. And we had a couple of nice hits in there. Had a couple of 1-of-1s in there. A bat knob and a beautiful, beautiful redemption. We couldn't obviously see the card, but it was Sandy Koufax and Hank Aaron dual autograph. Oh, yeah. How sweet is that? Yeah, pretty nice. So I'm thinking tonight that maybe we're going to have another good night with Tier 1 and bust out some more awesome stuff. Hogs Cards, I just saw you say it's as bad as Michigan football and UK basketball. Well, you know, yeah, it's probably, I know it's a weird combination, liking the Reds and also liking the Steelers, but I don't know. At least I'm unique, right? There should be some, I should get some points for that anyway. I hope. And Jeff, I'm sorry you did not hit, man. I know you're trying to hit some of the memorabilia, and it is not as easy to hit as something like out of a case of cards because you don't have as many hits come out. But here's something, Jeff, that you might like. Next week on Wednesday, I think. What in the heck? My knife is not very sharp tonight. I keep saying I need to change the blade. I think it is next Wednesday that TriStar mini helmets are coming out. The reason that I'm telling you this is because I break those by the half case a lot of times. So I don't remember if TriStar is a 10 or a 12 box case on their mini helmets, but whichever it is, I quite routinely break those in half case quantities. So that might be a good chance for you to jump in, Jeff, and pick up some teams for memorabilia where your odds are obviously a little bit better when we're doing 5 or 6 at once, as opposed to when we're just doing one at a time. So, Philip, I know we need Ohtani. I want to pull Ohtani, I do. I'm still trying to get the picture back that my customer is sending me for the graded Kanji Ohtani that we pulled. Graded out at 9.5. I can't wait to see it. And he tried to send it to me through eBay and it wouldn't show up. So I think he's going to send it to my email. And when he does, I'll tweet it out if anybody else wants to see it. But of course it looks just like it looked when I tweeted it out before, except except now that it's slabbed and says 9.5 on it. So Suge, the baseball jersey was Frank Thomas for the White Sox. Oh, you wanted... Oh, Jeff, I didn't even see a while ago that you said you had the Falcons. I think you may have logged off by now, but I didn't see that you said you were trying to get the Falcons in the helmet. Well, it worked out probably for you. But anyway, at least you don't feel bad about the Falcons hitting when you tried to get them and didn't, right? Maybe? Yeah, Suze, I was happy with the Frank Thomas. That was a nice little hit on the baseball jersey. Of course, the checklist is pretty good for Gold Rush baseball jerseys. That's why we always look forward to them so much, because pretty much you pull awesome stuff out of there the vast majority of the time. The hits out of Gold Rush baseball jerseys are really very nice. I mean, we've pulled Hank Aaron's out of there and everything in the past. It's a pretty good deal. All right, so as you saw, each of our boxes... each of our boxes has a single pack in it. Most of our packs are going to have 3 cards. We may have a little bonus pack in here that'll have an extra one along the way, but most of the time we're going to have 3, which will be 2 autographs and 1 relic per box. We are starting off with the Braves and Sean Newcomb, numbered to 100, and relic and sticker auto, which most of the time it seems like out of here when they have relics involved, most of the time it seems they're stickers. And when they don't, they're not. This is kind of a Braves box because they have the second hit as well. It is Lucas Sims to 275. And now we have a little change of pace with a relic for the Nats, Daniel Murphy to 335. Ooh, hoo, hoo. I always like when I see, well, I always like to see the gold ones. They make me happy. I thought for a minute it might be Chris Bryant, but it is Rizzo for the Cubbies, numbered to 25, and of course the pretty, or I should say handsome, maybe the handsome gold signature on it there. Cardinals, Jack Flaherty, there's a nice little rookie hit, numbered to 275. And our relic out here is McMahon for the Rockies, numbered to 335. Hopefully that kid's going to be as good as we think he's going to be. He's been coming out a lot this year out of various things. Phillies, you're about to be happy. How about some Rhys Hoskins to 225 for the Philadelphia Phillies. Minnesota Twins with Max Kepler to 275. Hey, hey, my Cincinnati Reds. Adam Duvall to 335. And I like that the patch is red, because I got to tell you, a lot of times they just give you kind of a boring white patch. So I'm happy that the patch is red for my Reds. And an extra card in this box. It is a relic for Don Mattingly to 175, and we managed to work a little pinstripe in there, so that makes me happy for the Yankees. Maybe a little imperfection I see down here, in particular in that lower left corner. Many of these are going to have minor edge and corner issues, but if I happen to notice one as we go through, I do generally point it out. Oh, Braves. Oh, Ozzy, baby. Little Ozzy to 295, and the Braves are continuing to have a nice break for themselves this evening. Cardinals, Tommy Pham to 275. Cardinals also have rocked out a few hits. Hey, here's Tommy again to 335. So Cardinals have kind of a little bookend there with Tommy. This is always nice. It's always good to see Rod Carew. That is numbered to 10. We've got the silver ink on it. It is a very handsome card indeed. And he happens to be in a Minnesota Twins uniform on this one. You never know where they're going to put Rod, if you're going to find him as a Twin or an Angel or what. But he happens to be a Minnesota Twin in this product. Here's Ryan McMahon again. This one, though, to 25. It's kind of hard to see the signature at that angle. You can see it better at that one. Of course, the gold signature there. And another nice hit for the Rockies with McMahon. Mark, you are asking, this is 2018 Topps Tier 1 break number 2. It ended tonight on eBay. Yeah. Mike Conforto to 335. Relic for the Mets. No pinstripe on that one, so that makes me sad. And another extra card, a Legends Mike Piazza, numbered to 25 for the Dodgers. And that definitely, you can definitely see some chipping down here in the lower left on it for sure on the Piazza. This is a big, thick pack. So we've got something happening here, because that's a thicker pack than normal. Numbered to 25, Brett Gardner coming out for the Yankees. That, of course, is a sticker autograph because it is paired with a relic, and that is their tendency. Sam Travis comes up next. Sam is to 275 for the Red Sox. Oakland A's are on the board. Matt Olson to 335. Oh, hey, hey. Nice. Here's a little Corey Seager. And I'm trying to see, there's got some, I don't know what that is. Hang on a minute. I think that's something off the bottom of the box. Well, yeah, it's cardboard from the bottom of the box on the acetate, the bottom of the case on the acetate of this card. I am not going to attempt to remove that right now. What I will do is get an airbrush like you use for cameras later this evening, and I will not actually touch it, but you just, use the air to get that off of there. But this is number 3 of 5. Corey Seager for the Dodgers, and that's what I'm talking about. A couple little loose pieces of cardboard off of the case itself. So rather than put that in the sleeve right now, I'm just going to set it on top of it, set it aside, and I will get the air brush out this evening for that. The only downside of the acetate cards, especially if you don't know they're coming. If I'd known it was coming, I could have laid it on plastic to begin with. Although I probably wouldn't have anticipated there were pieces of the carton on there anyway. Sonny Gray to 149 for the Yankees. Here comes Tyler Wade, also for the Yankees, to 275. Iglesias for my Reds to 335. So my Reds have a couple of relics coming out anyway. The Orioles, numbered to 60. How about Cal Ripken, Orioles fans? That's always a nice hit. It's always a good day when we pull a Cal Ripken for the Orioles. My Reds are going to hit again with Adam Duvall to 285, I believe that says up there in the corner. Carlos Martinez to 335 for the Cardinals, who have had quite a few hits tonight as well. Cardinals are kind of racking up a little bit. Boston Red Sox. There's Devers for you, baby. Yeah, I like it. To 245. Nice hit for the Red Sox. Dodgers coming out again. Chris Taylor, numbered to 275. And here's Victor. 335 for the Nats. Victor probably would have already been up here if he weren't injured, but as it was, not called up quite yet. Juan Soto came up instead and played well. Manny Machado, Orioles to 25. Orioles, your two hits in here have been worth the wait. First you hit the Cal Ripken, now you have the nice Manny Machado to 25. So Orioles, congrats on that. To 270 for the Brewers, Eric Timms. Robinson Cano, he of the 80-game suspension, numbered to 335 for the Mariners. He should have plenty of time to sign cards for a while he's cooling his heels. And back-to-back Mariners, because here's Alonso to 25. The nice gold ink. Closing in on it, we have 2 packs left here. Well, that wrapper's flying everywhere. St. Louis Cardinals hit again. Luke Weaver. Luke is numbered to 275. Brewers, Josh Hader. Josh has been playing well. To 275. And Didi Gregorius coming out for the Yankees to 335. So the Yankees with another hit. We did get a little bit of a pinstripe on that one, so that makes me happy. Oh, Castillo got suspended today too? What? Oh no. Was that also for a PED thing? Oh man. I did not know Castillo got suspended. Daggone it. We have a Redemption Prime Performers Autograph, Craig Kimbrell. We will go to the checklist and verify this. I believe it has got Red Sox, but we'll go check it out momentarily. Sean Newcomb again for the Braves. That is our second Newcomb out for the Braves to 275. And John Lester to 335 for the Cubbies. Wraps us up. So we have a couple of things to do. Actually, we have one thing to do before we recap. That will be to head over to the checklist. I will bring you alongside with me here in a moment. And we'll just go verify the Craig Kimbrell, because that's just kind of how I roll. And then we will recap all of our hits. We won't do front and back and read all the numbers and all that again. We'll just do a quick little spin through because, you know, sometimes people come in late or whatever the case may be. You missed something, looked away, had to answer the phone, whatever. So we'll get it, we'll do another little spin through momentarily. Make sure you're on the same page with me, good. And we are looking for Prime Performers autographs. So I gotta scroll down and find that. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. And where are you, Craig Kimbrell, Boston Red Sox, as we expected, but there it is in black and white so everybody can see it, and then we all know. Okay, we'll start the recap with that because it's in my hand. Craig Kimbrell, Craig Kimbrell redemption for the Red Sox. We're going to do this guy next. He is not in a sleeve currently because, again, as I pointed out, he's got a little bit of cardboard on him that came off the bottom of the case that this was in on the acrylic, and I'm going to use one of those blower brushes like you use for a camera to just blow that off of there after the break. This is numbered to 5. It is Corey Seager for the Dodgers. In the meantime, he's just going to rest there on his nice little sleeve so that he stays in good shape. Now we'll do a quick blow through once again. Not going to read off all the numbers and info again. We're just going to take a second look in case you missed it earlier, or you just want another look at it, or you have a running tally, whatever it may be. And then, of course, as soon as we have this wrapped up, we will be running right into the start of some more Classics football, which we opened some of that last night. Had a 1 of 1 in it last night, too. Had 1 of 1s in everything we opened last night. It was pretty cool. And Classics is always fun. It's kind of a long break because there's so many base cards in it, but it's always fun. So, all right. We are doing more Tier 1, of course, tomorrow night. So, hopefully we'll see some or most of you again tomorrow night when we roll through our next case of Tier 1. Always enjoy Tier 1 because it is such a nice break after doing so much base card heavy stuff, because it just seems like all the first of the year stuff is so involved to break. Heritage, you know, Series 1, all of that. Bowman. I love to break Bowman, but man, it's a lot of cards to break and sort and ship. So it's always a nice break in the baseball trading card season when we get to Tier 1, because it's like, you can do a full case in under an hour. It's wonderful. But yet, I do love Bowman too for many reasons. But Bowman Chrome, yeah, you gotta say, I give it a little edge because it's jumbo, has no base cards in it, it's all hits. So there is that, which is a good thing. That has us wrapped up with Tier 1. We are all finished up with this break, and I'm sure a lot of our baseball folks are getting ready to take off. So once again, thank you. I appreciate you guys joining the break tonight and participating and bidding and chatting and all that jazz. So that's going to roll us into Classics. So again, Classics is a paid shipping break. And anticipating a Tuesday shipping date, I would be very surprised if I get that out sooner than that. It would have been a Monday shipping date, but again, no way to make that happen because post office is closed on Monday for Memorial Day. No worries about consolation cards for this. There are 1 million cards in this break. Every team's going to pull something for sure. 10 boxes of 2018 Panini Classics football. It is a full inner case. It is break number 2. This came out last night, or came out yesterday as well. We broke the first case of it last night. Another one on tap here tonight, Thursday the 24th. And once again, our format with team names on the left and your name in lights across from it there as the winning bidder on the right-hand side. And this is a long one, guys. So if you need, whatever, to walk the dog, you need a snack, you want to get a beverage, just consider this intermission for a moment, because it will take me a few minutes even to get all the boxes out of the case here. And then, of course, after that, then we've got to started getting the cards out of the first box. So it takes a minute to get rolling with this one. But hopefully going to be worth the wait for us tonight. All right, we're all out at least. One thing that we learned last night is that all of our cards that have blank backs or red backs or any of that other kind of jazz are in fact going to be numbered on the front. So hopefully I'm going to catch most of those as we go through. I say hopefully because last night somebody wanted to see the backs of all of them, and so at the end of the break, we went back through all 1,400 cards and looked at them from the back side. And I did find really more than I thought, like probably 10 or so that I had missed going through initially that were numbered. Of course, you would have gotten them anyway because I ship all the cards. And I would have found it in sorting. But anyway, the point is I'm going to endeavor to catch all the numbered cards as they go through the first time tonight. And if you happen to see one go by and you do not see me mention it, I don't say it's numbered whatever, feel free to jump into chat and just say the name of the player or whatever, and I'll go back and find it and we'll take a look at it and that sort of thing. All right, so we are off to the races here. Optichrome is what Panini has taken to calling that this year. So they're not calling it optic, they're not calling it chrome, it is Optichrome. We're going to find about 4 of those, I'm just going to call them chrome, cards per box in general. Our rookies, let's take a minute to talk about our rookies. Anybody who was drafted in the first 7 rounds of the official draft, anybody that was drafted in the 3-day official NFL draft, is going to go to the team that drafted them. There are going to be undrafted rookies that we're going to find in here. This is numbered to 299. It has a red back. Everything we pull with a red back will be numbered to 299. So our rookies that were undrafted but are currently with a team are going to go to the team that they're with right now today. In time, like literally who they are with today. So if they're in a rookie camp, a mini camp, they've signed a deal, they haven't signed a deal, whatever the case may be, if they are verified to be with that team as of today's date, then that's the team they're going to go to. This is Bruce Smith. It is numbered to 25, and it is for the Buffalo Bills. Oh, Nicholas, you sent me some pictures. All right, cool, man. I think I saw that I had another message from you in there, and I was like busting it to try and get ready tonight. I had more messages than normal, and I was trying to answer them all, and I saw that one from you. I didn't open it yet because I figured it was about the cards that we were talking about, and so I just figured I would shoot you a reply on that later tonight when I get after the break, when I have time to look at it. Or it might even be in the morning if we go real late tonight, but it'll probably be tonight. Richard Sherman to 299 with the red back. Yeah, I would have been, actually, believe it or not, I would have been in pretty good shape tonight. I was tracking pretty well to have a little bit of extra time. And one of my friends, I think I told you, some of my friends are in Hilton Head. And they invited me to go down. Of course, I couldn't because I had stuff to do. But anyway, they were having a little party tonight, and they were feeling pretty good about life. And they called me. And I ended up being on the phone a little bit longer than I meant to be. Mark Andrews to 299 with the red back. So then what would have been my cushion time to say, read and answer that email and a few little things like that, very rapidly disappeared on me. Joe Theismann. I like that hit for you. Redskins, I like it. I'm pulling a lot of Joe Theismann out of things lately. Seems like we went forever. We didn't pull hardly any Joe Theismann. And then, like somebody said earlier about Earl Thomas, you just seems like you get on a run sometimes with a certain player and you pull them all the time. Oh, and I don't think I said this earlier, did I? We have one autograph and one memorabilia card per box. Panini always says on average, so basically here's what that means. Sometimes they'll replace a hit with a rewards point card. If that happens, we will random the rewards point card at the end of the break. And every once in a while, they'll just mess up and not put in the right number of hits, but fortunately, that's pretty rare. And then occasionally, we get some extra hits. We had that happen last night. Had a couple of boxes with extra hits in them. Chrome refractor, when we pull them with refractors, they're going to be numbered to 175. When we pull a chrome that is not a refractor, it's not numbered at all. We're going to find loads of these classic clashes that, as you note, it has two different teams on it. So I'm going to set that entire stack of cards as we find them aside. I will use random.org to award those at the end of the break. So those are to be determined in a little bit. How about the biscuit for the Chicago Bears? Our first relic is a nice one, numbered to 50. You've got 3 colors there with Mr. Mitch Trubisky and the Bears. Well, I knew the buyback. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that too. There is also a buyback autograph. It is 1 per case. And for sure, whenever we hit the box that has the buyback autograph, that is usually an extra hit. Because you'll have your regular autograph and your regular relic, and then you'll have the buyback. But last night we had another case with an extra hit in it for I don't know what reason, other than I don't know if they're going to, we'll find out. If we have the same thing happen tonight, then we'll assume that maybe they have a hot box or something in every case. And if it doesn't happen again tonight, then we'll know it was just an anomaly. Cliff Branch, that is numbered to 299 for the Raiders. Our buyback last night was for the Raiders, and it was a nice little hit. Did we look at this stack already? I don't know if we did or not. So, I guess we did because there's the sticker. All right, so yeah, we did. Stickers, of course, those are new this year in Classics, and we'll find, I don't know, 1 or 2 of those a box, I think, on average. But Classics is just a nice mix of stuff, because you can pull out the rookies, of course, are in here in force, usually. But you can also pull out some really nice Veteran and Hall of Fame hits, like that Joe Theismann that we just pulled out of there a few minutes ago. So Classics to me is a lot of fun. I mean, it's not a lot of fun when you have to sort it. I'll grant you that. It's a lot of cards. But it's a lot of fun to break and a lot of fun to get the hits. So there are some variations that have the full name on them. We actually pulled one of those last night in the chrome variation, and they are numbered 1 of 1 when we find them. So we were fortunate to have one last night. We'll see if we get lucky and have another one tonight or not. Y.A. Tittle to 99 for the Giants. Didn't he play a game with like a broken nose or something? I think he did. He would play. Yeah, Nicholas says Score is worse for sorting. I don't know. Score did for sure take a while as well, but honestly, this is probably about the equivalent because I didn't do score in half case breaks because of the vast number of cards. It is, what, 500 cards a box, I think, in score. So I did them three or four boxes. I think I did them 4 boxes at a time. So it was 1,600 cards, and this is 1,400 cards in a case of classics. So really, by any time you're over 1,200, an extra 100 or 2 doesn't really make that much difference. I mean, it's like, whew, I prefer them to be under 1,000, but it's hard to do. A lot of people split up classics, and they do them as 5 box breaks, so they break half of an inner, which is easier, I guess, for sorting and things like that. But because there is the case hit of the buyback autograph and things, I prefer to break it as the full case and just suck it up and do the work. Because really, you're still sorting the same amount of cards anyway. It's just you're doing it on different days, so I don't know that makes that much difference to break it up. Kareem Hunt to 299, red back for the Chiefs. But that is the reason I don't break more score, honestly, because it's just such a massive amount of cards, and it's a weird sort of configuration, and I don't know. I like score okay, but I just broke 1 case of it this year, and that's about all I ever do of it. Edgerrin James to 99 for the Colts. Some years I don't do score at all. Just depends on my mood. That's the truth. It does. Just depends on my mood on whatever day it is that it's time to pre-order it. Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson, some dual relics for the Packers. And I actually ordered more classics this year than I do some years. We've got, oh, let me think about this. Probably 8 cases, I guess. 8 10-box cases. So we'll be busting classics for a while. If you're into basketball at all, I was really pleased with how Dominion looked last night. This is numbered to 99 for the Jags. It's a new high-end basketball series that Panini released yesterday. And from the sell sheet, it did, by all appearances, look like it was going to be super nice. But you never know with that new stuff until you get it in your hand, and you can really get a good look and feel for it. I was super happy with the way it came out. So, now that I've seen it and held it in my hands, I wish I had ordered more, but I didn't. So I've only got 4 cases of it, and that's all we'll have for it. Micah Kaiser is numbered to 99. Guys, I don't remember Micah Kaiser, so I don't know if Micah Kaiser was drafted or not. I don't have him on my list. I'm going to set Micah Kaiser aside. I'll have to look him up later and see. My thought is maybe he's either a late round thing, or maybe a late round draft pick, or maybe a free agent signing or something. So we'll look him up at the end of the break. And that way we don't hold it up now, but anybody who's interested, you can stick around and know that will come to be determined. Oh, Nicholas says he believes Micah Kaiser's with the Rams. So I'm sure that is correct. But you know me, I'm still going to look it up because that's just how I roll. This is to 299, and there is Mike Gesicki. He is a Dolphin, I believe that is right for Mike Gesicki. Yeah, Dolphin. And of course, I'll have to look up some of these rookies that are over there in base, too, when I'm sorting all this stuff to get it out the door. I will have to stop and look up some of them for sure. Because it's a lot of rookies to learn every year. I have not learned them all yet, number one. And then number two, it's much easier once you start seeing them in their uniforms. It's much, much easier to remember who goes where. Oh, you got an autograph of Mason Rudolph to 50 out of score. Nice. Nice, nice. Mason Rudolph is, I think is Mason in the Leaf stuff? I think he is. I don't know if you like Leaf or not, Nicholas, but if you do, Leaf Ultimate Draft tomorrow night. Comes out tomorrow. We'll break it tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. It has 60 hits per case. It's all hits. There's no base. Everything's on-card autos. Usually pretty low numbered. I believe Mason is in there. I know the majority of our quarterback class is in there, and I think he is too. So if you some people like Leaf, some people don't. I happen to be a fan of it, so I always open a handful of cases of that, and it comes out tomorrow. So for what it's worth. Terry Bradshaw, and Terry is numbered to 15 for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. Nice low number with Terry Bradshaw there. Oh, Saltill said you just got here and you heard the Dolphins, so it was like an omen, wasn't it? Did you know then that that was the time that you should arrive? I like it. Oh, Nicholas says if I pull another Steelers sticker, I can have it. Hey, I like that plan, Nicholas. Thanks, man. To 299, a Redback Big Ben Roethlisberger. I like those stickers. I know that's weird that I do. I'm sure the stickers are supposed to be more for kids or whatever, but I like them. I think they're cool. Marshall Falk to 299 with a little red back for the Rams. You felt it in the ether. Well, that is pretty good, Saltill. I don't even know if I could completely define what ether is. So I'll give you props on that one. There's a little sticker for the Buffalo Bills and another one of our classic clashes. I think those are basically one a box. The classic clashes for the most part, I think. Did we not get... Wait a minute. Oh, we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Where's our autograph? No, it's the guy I had to look up. The Micah Kaiser. Okay. I was about to get all righteous and on Panini, and then, yeah, whoops. We did pull it. Gotta be careful on those 0 to 60s, right? Although, actually, they've been pretty good lately. I haven't had any real problems with them leaving stuff out in a while. Some basketball stuff back in the early part of the year, or maybe it was even late last year. They just left some hits out entirely out of the whole box. Strange. But I will tell you this. If you guys haven't heard this, this is crazy. One of my reps told me this because it happened to one of their customers. Somebody was opening a case of Bowman. I don't know if it was Bowman Hobby or Bowman Jumbo. I just know it was Bowman. And they did not have one single hit in the entire case. Not one. Can you imagine? Oh, that would be such a hot mess. But yeah, that's really unusual to hear something like that happen with Topps. Well, frankly, that's unusual for anybody to have an entire case with no hits. Can you imagine if you had bought into that break? That would just be terrible. Oh, Nicholas, I won't take one. Thank you. That is so sweet. But I'm not gonna take your extras. I thought that was numbered, and it's not. I'm not going to take your extras on everything, so I appreciate that offer, though. That's so sweet of you. But I'm sure that you've got people that'll probably want to buy sets and things from you, I imagine, right? Number 250, Howie Long with a blank back for the Raiders. Had a bunch of Howie Long last night. He was our buyback autograph. We had Howie Long relic. I think we had a Howie Long blank back last night. Had a lot of Howie last night. Oh, Saltkill, you heard that happen more than once with Bowman this year? Oh, I did not know that. I just knew about the one time because my rep and I were having a discussion about Bowman in general, and he told me that it happened to one of his customers, and that his customer was basically, I guess, battling with Topps to get the case replaced, and yeah, that was kind of the deal. And how are they going to replace it? They were sold out. So there was all kinds of problems there. Dallas Goedert 225. But more than once is just terrible. I mean, once is terrible. More than once is borderline inexcusable. So whatever line or whoever did the assembly on that case, they need to go through that facility and check it out. Because that's some messed up stuff right there. Franco Harris. And Franco is numbered to 65. Also for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Hogs card says, I can always have all of his Steelers. No, it's still a Seahawks. Hogs is still having a hard time with the fact that I'm a Cincinnati Reds baseball fan, but a Steelers football fan, because those Cincinnati and Pittsburgh don't really go together, generally speaking. So I've done a Vulcan mind meld on poor Hogs cards there. I've messed him up. Yeah, I guess Salthill. I don't know. Could be the same story. I don't know. I guess I've mentioned it maybe a couple times in breaks, but not super often because I don't remember it every night. But for whatever reason, I thought about it tonight. Redback Aaron Rodgers to 299 for the Packers. But of course, my rep probably also told other people as well, so... James Washington, Steelers, baby. Number 249. I think that kid's going to be pretty good. Obviously, the Steelers think he's going to be pretty good, or they wouldn't have drafted him. But by the looks of it, he looks like he's going to be money. I hope so. And Jalen Samuels. I think Jalen's going to be pretty good. That's right. Yeah, that's his name. I have to think about that. Maybe that isn't his name. I think that's his name. Well, anyway, our Steelers draft pick, I think his name is Jalen Samuels, but that might not be right. I don't know. Still learning my own Steelers players. Isn't that awful? John Riggins is our relic, a little Hall of Fame Canton Collection swatch coming out for the Redskins, who, of course, hit the nice Joe Theismann autograph earlier tonight. Number to 299, Maurice Jones-Drew, Jaguars. That is his name. Okay, right after I said it, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound right. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's Jalen Samuels. And then I say it out loud, thinking, oh, no, that doesn't sound right once I've said it out loud. Well, anyway, I'm excited to see what he can do because I think he's supposed to be pretty versatile. So I'm kind of interested in, really, I'm probably as much interested in Jalen Samuels as I am James Washington. Numbered to 99, there is Nick Chubb. He is a Brown, I believe. Bradley Chubb, of course, Broncos defensive player. Nick Chubb, offensive player to the Browns. Numbered to 299, Kerryon Johnson, I think a Detroit Lion, I believe. Once again, I will check all those before I send them out. So if I'm saying one and I guess it wrong, not to worry. I'm still going to look it up before I sort it and send it out the door. Salthill, we have not hit the buyback yet. We have got a little ways to go. Oh, Hogs Cards, you pulled Jalen Samuels tonight out of Classics? Is that who you're saying? Yeah, last year I was all over Juju Smith-Schuster last year. From the time we drafted him onward, I was like, oh, I love this kid. I love this kid. I love this kid. This year, I don't have anybody that I'm just like absolutely love, 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 love. But I do like Jalen Samuels a lot. Deontay Burnett to 299. And I think James Washington's going to be good, so... My UPS driver is also a Steelers fan. And, of course, I see my UPS driver a lot. So you might wonder, how do I know that? Yeah, I see him a lot because there's a lot of stuff that gets delivered and picked up. And so at some point along the way, I guess I probably had on some Steelers gear and that initiated the conversation. But anyway, last year I was all about Juju Smith-Schuster and he was all about James Conner. And I said, yeah, I like James Conner, but I love Juju Smith-Schuster. He's like, he's not going to do anything. You know, these rookie wide receivers, and we've got AB and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, well, you might be right, because I also liked Josh Dobbs, and we see where that got me. But anyway, so he I don't remember at what point in the season it was, but it was after it was apparent that Juju was going to be good. All of a sudden, he's knocking one day on the door, and he's standing there. He didn't have any packages. I was like, what are you doing, man? I don't have anything to pick up today. This is Ronnie Harrison, blank back to 50. And it was like the day after a game, and he says, no, I don't have anything to deliver. I don't have anything to pick up. He goes, I'm just stopping by to tell you you were right. And that was it. He literally stopped on his route just to tell me that I was right about Juju Smith-Schuster and kept going. That's why I love the guy, right? This is numbered to, 99 on Larry Allen for the Cowboys. So you bought 3 boxes of classics at your local card store, and one of your hits was Jalen Samuels. I'm feeling a little jealous, Hogs. I am. Feeling a little bit jealous of that. What else did you pull? Now we're nosy, Hogs Cards, because you said you did well, so now we're all nosy, and we want to know what the rest of your hits were. We're like the neighbor that peers over the fence. Tell us what's going on in your yard. My mom actually, speaking of fences, my mom has a new neighbor, relatively new, and it turns out it's one of the senior football players at UK. So that's kind of cool. Y.A. Tittle again, but this time they have an autograph. And I put him in upside down because they Oddly, look, there's the front, and then the back, you can't tell which way's up till it's already in the sleeve. Bugs me. Numbered to 49. Nice little hit for the Giants with Y.A. Tittle autograph. Oh, look at that. We've peer pressured Hogs Cards into going to look and tell us what he hit. That's awful, isn't it? Peer pressure's bad. I shouldn't do that, but I was curious. Thurman Thomas for the Bills. I didn't buy any classics just for myself this year. Maybe I'll go to my local shop and buy some this weekend that I can open up. Hi, George. The jersey tonight was Frank Thomas for the White Sox. Dang, last year you did 3 straight breaks of classics with 3 straight 1-of-1s with Rocky, Big Ben, and Joe Green, all 1-of-1s. Wow. That was a nice little run of luck there, my friend. I don't think I've ever been in 3 breaks with 3 straight breaks of 1-of-1 for Steelers. For sure. To 299, Carson Wentz and the Eagles with the red back. All right, so now Hogs Cards is letting us live vicariously. He hit Kenyon Drake to 10, Javon Williams to 25, and Golden Tate to 10. Nice, man. That is a really... that's a really nice little haul out of just 3 boxes. Yeah, I would be pretty happy with that return on investment. Nicely done, my friend. You think Saltill says he thinks Kenyon Drake is going to have a big year this year. I hadn't really thought that much about Kenyon one way or the other. Barry Sanders for the Lions. Red back, refractor, chrome to 175. Going to consolidate a little bit now. So that was our... What is it? No, it says 10-box case. So this is our halfway point. When we get, after we look through this one, we'll be halfway through. It's like I haven't done it, but I have considered it. Just buying a case of classics for myself and just opening the whole case for just me. But I haven't ever done it. But every year I think about it and I get a little bit closer and then I just decide, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with that many more base cards? I already have a lot that I need to drive to Ronald McDonald's house and donate, but I haven't. Oh, you also got a non-autographed Clinton Portis to 25, Marcus Allen refractor chrome to 15, and Bradshaw, Long, Ditka, and Von Miller were the jerseys. Maybe the Bradshaw was to 15. Yeah, probably the Bradshaw was to 15. That's nice, Hogs. That is a really good haul for that number of boxes. Must be living right. Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt. We have a dual relic combos for the Chiefs. Guess we wish that was dual autograph, don't we? Yeah, we do. But we might find one. You never know. Stranger things have happened. This is numbered to 99, and it is MJ Stewart. I definitely do not remember MJ Stewart, so that's another one that was probably either late round or a free agent signing, but we'll check it out, obviously, before it goes out. And if you want to know the info before then, we can look it up at the end of the break. Robert Foster to 299 with the red back. I would think you would break even out of that, Hogs. I would expect so. I would think you would do... Well, I don't know. What does your card shop charge for these? I would think, what, maybe 60 a box? Something like that. So you got 240 maybe roughly in it. I would think you could break even on that. Leonard Williams and the Jets blank back. Numbered to 50. All the blank backs are numbered to 50. All the red backs are numbered to 299, if I didn't say that earlier. And that is kind of one of the nice parts of classics, one of the nice things about classics, I should say, is that it is a reasonable buy-in, so you can make a little money on it. Mike White, and Mike White is to 25, and isn't Mike White a Cowboy? Or maybe he's backing up at the Cowboys. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm right on that one, because yeah, okay. I thought I was, but wasn't 100% sure. Now we know. Mike White with Dallas. A little Deshaun Watson chrome refractor for the Texans, red back to 175. Oh, is that retail? Is full retail on those 75 a box? Or 74 a box? I didn't realize that. For some reason, I thought it was like 60 something. Well, it just goes to show I don't even know what I've paid for my own stuff, doesn't it? Oh, Nicholas, I see you are confirming to me there, yes, that he is a Cowboy. Thank you, sir, for jumping in there to help me out. All right, let's see what we've got in the back half of this. Have we pulled? Yeah, I guess we did pull our relic already. It was the Chiefs, and then our signature was the Mike White. So, but we still haven't found our buyback. It's hiding still yet. Hopefully that will surface before too long. I just realized I stacked something in the wrong spot. Numbered to 10, you know why? No name. It's a blank name or a no-name front. And it's Sony Michel, so that's a nice no-name front to hit. And Sony went to the Patriots, I believe. I'm double-checking that. Yeah, Patriots. I wouldn't have minded picking up Sony Michel. But of course, we weren't going to do that in the first round. You knew the Steelers weren't going to make that happen. Where did Sony went in the second round, right? Yeah. Second round to the Patriots maybe before we picked again. But I guess everybody read after the fact that the Patriots were considering trying to trade up and get Baker Mayfield if the Browns hadn't taken him. Who would have figured that? Mike Evans to 299 with the red back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I would not have figured Belichick being a Baker Mayfield fan. I was a little surprised at that. Ray Lewis for the Ravens to 299. Another one of our classic combos. Setting all of those aside, once again, we will sort them out at the end of the break. We'll use random.org to figure out how those are awarded. That was our official halfway point. We have opened 5. We have 5 left to go. So, Nicholas, those redemptions that you emailed me about, are those just extras for you, or you didn't want any for those players? Because you collect the Steelers yourself, right? You don't sell all of them, do you? I don't think. Maybe you do, but I didn't think you did. Terry Bradshaw, that is numbered to 299 with the red back. They're extras. So you must have had some really good contenders breaks then, because I didn't have much. I didn't pull much. I didn't really have very much luck pulling Steelers rookies. Well, for other people I did. And breaks I did for you guys I did, but not in anything I was in myself. Denzel Ward to 299 red back, Cleveland Browns. Yeah, we'll probably make a deal on those, or I'll buy them from you, whatever. I guess I'll buy them from you is the way I should say it, because it's not really making a deal. But yeah, I probably will end up buying those from you. And what we'll just have to work out the details of payment and all that. Troy Aikman relic for the Cowboys. And what I'm thinking is that really, I don't know that you need to mail them necessarily. I'm thinking that you just scratch it off and send me a picture of it if you want. Numbered to 10, that is a no name once again. This is the Lions, Calvin Johnson. So a couple of nice no name to 10 coming out, almost one right after the other. We didn't have any of those in the first case. 2 in this case already. Oh yeah, I might want your Jalen Samuels too then. Shoot me over the price on him. Numbered to 5, a Fran Tarkenton, Chrome, no name, refractor. Yeah, I think that's it. Chrome, no name, refractor, parallel, Fran Tarkenton, Vikings to 5. So yeah, just shoot me over what we'd be looking at, including the Jalen Samuels, and then how do you want me to send you the money? Do you just want me to use the PayPal address that you use on eBay and just PayPal it over to you, or what's the best way to do it? No, I knew you were talking about contenders for James Conner and Watt. I thought you were saying it was score for Jalen Samuels. Numbered to 99, Patrick Peterson and the Cardinals. Duke Dawson. And Duke Dawson is numbered to 99. I don't remember Duke Dawson either. hold, please. Let me see if I have him written on my list. I do. He is also a Patriot. Guess I just haven't pulled him a lot because that was not even remotely in the front of my mind. Jordan Reed, Redskins, $2.99 red back. Yeah, you know the hard part about if I tried to do it as like break credit or something, eBay doesn't let you discount more than what the shipping is, right? That's the most, oh gosh, that's the most they will allow you to discount an invoice. So that really would not be conducive to what we're trying to do with that. So I'm thinking I may just PayPal it over and go from there. Larry Fitzgerald for the Cardinals, $2.50 with the blank back. Yeah, I hope this year's rookie class is going to be as good as last year's was. So we had some really exciting young players coming on last year. So you know how sometimes it just seems like, and it's rare that we hit a year like we hit with 2016, where there's one or two, and then the rest are just not that much, not that good. It's usually either there are several really good ones, like there were last year, or there's virtually no really good ones. So, I mean, I guess there are some other years where there's only one or two, but it seems to be like more feast or famine to me. So I'm hoping that, especially with as many quarterbacks in this class as we think are going to be good, if even half of them turn out to be good, I'll be happy. Because it's kind of time for a changing of the guard for some of these guys, some of these teams. Really, even Ben, as much as I like Ben, you know, we're getting close to the changing of the guard with him as well. I don't know if Mason Rudolph will be our answer or not. He might be. I still am not quite ready to give up on Josh Dobbs. I know everybody else has, but I'm not quite ready to give up on him yet. Numbered to 10, we have Peyton Manning. And it is just a blue parallel numbered to 10. It's not blank back. It's not no name. It's just to 10. It's tributes, or timeless tributes, I think technically is what it's called. And he was a Colt there, sorry. I guess you saw that when we flipped over the back, but I should clarify that since he did spend a little time out there in Denver. These wrappers are not wanting to cooperate with me right now. Nice little chrome James Washington. So I saw some of my numbers earlier this week for, why did I just go blank on the title of the product? Ah, Howie Long relic for the Raiders. I'm telling you, Howie Long is all over Classics this year. Every time I turn around, we're pulling Howie Long something out of here, it seems like. For Elite, that's what I was, just went blank. Right after I started saying it, I had gone blank on the product name. And, of course, that is the first product where we will see our rookies in their NFL uniforms. This is numbered to 99, Jordan Reed for the Redskins. I mean, in a trading card that comes prepackaged like this. Obviously, they've sold some of the Panini Instants already where they're in their NFL uniforms. But the first ones we can break that way are Elite. Numbered to 299, Redback Von Miller. And they are allocating that like crazy. Yeah, way more than I remember it being in the past. So it may be a tough year to get as much football as we want to get. Because out of the gate, they're already making life difficult. Oh, I certainly agree with you, Nicholas, about that. I mean, that's what I have said all along. I don't think that they'll keep Landry from many standpoints, unless the two young guys just look terrible on the field, and that being Dobbs and Rudolph. For a couple of reasons. I mean, for one thing, you kind of know what your ceiling is with Landry. So, yes, he's a serviceable backup. He can probably win you some games if you need to press him into service. But there's probably not a lot of untapped potential there. You know, he's gone about as high as he's going to go, at least in that offense, in that organization. So you've got that factor versus the other two, which should, in theory, still be improving. And then the second part of that, of course, is just monetary. Guy's only got 1 year left on his deal. That would be this season. Then after that, you're either going to have to pay to re-sign him, probably a good chunk of money. And we're always bumped up against the cap. And you don't know what kind of deal he's going to want to restructure either. Either one of the young guys you've got under team control at a team-friendly price for quite a while. Ron Yari for the Vikings, that is numbered to 25. So yeah, I think unless Rudolph and Dobbs just look like they cannot handle the job, I would be surprised if it doesn't end up that Landry Jones is the one gone. Alan Page for the Vikings to 299. Because your other option, I mean, you know Mason Rudolph's not going to go anywhere. He's just not. They drafted him too high to let him go without seeing what's there, what's under the hood. The only other option would be if you waived Josh Dobbs and took a huge gamble that nobody picked him up, then you could transfer him onto the practice squad. But I think that's a really big gamble. To 299, there is Jalen Samuels. That, of course, is who I have been talking about, that I am excited to see play. So now I'm happy because I saw a card come out for him. Here's Dallas Goedert again, that one to 275, Chrome Redback. Yeah, I don't think Josh Dobbs would ever get to the practice squad. That's the point I'm making. I think as soon as they tried to waive him, yeah, somebody's going to grab him. I mean, if nothing else, somebody else within the conference would grab him just to say up yours to the Steelers, you know? I mean, most likely. So I think if they cut Dobbs, he's just gone, and that's that. If they cut Landry, at least it saves us a little money, but could put us in a precarious position if Ben is out, which, you know, in recent years he's been out a few games, I guess every year, just about part of a game or whole game or two for various aches and pains. So, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe it's Mason and Josh that make the cut, but I guess it depends entirely on how well the young men play. Another Trubisky relic. We've already had one. Our first one was numbered to 50 and was pretty exciting. This one's not numbered, and it's not as interesting because it's just the one color, and, you know, they could have done better than that. And why is it light blue? What part of the Bears uniform is light blue? I don't know. Doesn't make sense. I'm sure there is a part that is, or some variation of their uniform has a part that is, but I just can't think what it is right offhand. We still haven't seen our buyback autograph. It's trying to hang out to the very end tonight, isn't it? Making us wait. I'm glad actually to have all those blank dummy cards come through because I use them in shipping sometimes. I was running very low, so I'm glad to kind of stock up again. Matt Ryan for the Falcons. That is numbered to 15. With the little chrome parallel there. Another timeless tribute. So we're getting close. We've got 2 and a part of a box left. So if we haven't yet pulled the player or team that you are looking for, you better start to get your mojo working. See if we can make it happen. Denzel Ward to 299. Red back, Browns. $299 Jordan Reed, Redback, Redskins, Redback Redskins. Haha! At last, our buyback. It is Mike Singletary and the Bears. I like that, guys. Numbered to 15. It is number 3 of 15. And it's a Pacific card originally. I mean, definitely it's got some signs of wear and things. It's not minty perfect, but none of the buybacks ever are. But as a whole, it's in pretty good shape. And that's a really cool hit for the Bears. Mike Singletary to 15. And it looks like the card was 1991 from Pacific Trading Cards in 1991. I've got some Pacific downstairs, as a matter of fact. Pacific update from Tom Brady's rookie year that I'm going to do something with. We're either going to break it or I'll open it myself or something. Haven't decided. Leonard Fournette to 25 for the Jags. Brady doesn't have any autos in that Pacific set, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But his first patch card is in there. Yeah, Saltill, I would think if you have the Bears, you're pretty happy with the Mike Singletary. And they hit the nice Trubisky relic earlier. I mean, not the Trubisky we just saw. I mean, that was fine. But the one they hit earlier was a nice numbered relic to 250, I think it was. So I would say if you've got the Bears tonight, you're probably pleased at this point. To 50, we have Malik Jefferson with a blank back. I can't even think what our next product is that comes out for football. Trying to remember what it is. I can't think what it is. John Hanna for the Patriots. How about that? That's nice too. Numbered to 30. We've pulled some really good veteran autographs tonight. There was a little Jimmy G chrome that went by. Just a base chrome, not a refractor. To 299, Barry Sanders, red back for the Lions. Yeah, I agree, Nicholas. We have had an unusually good number of really good veteran autographs out of here. I mean, we started out with Joe Theismann, and it's been on a pretty good roll ever since then. In fact, we've pulled more vets than we've pulled rookies out of this case, which is also somewhat unusual in classics. There's typically leans towards more rookies than vets in here. Gold Standard. Gold Standard. That is not too far away, but I can't remember the exact release date. I'm trying to picture in my mind what the cutoff date was for pre-orders, because it usually, with Panini, when the pre-order cutoff date is, the product usually comes out about a month after that. Unlike Topps, you have to wait about 6 months after you pre-order it before it comes out with Topps. But oh, Saltil, you saw the Beckett article that Ryan Cracknell wrote about the Ohtani. Cool. Yeah, that was a fun pull. Hopefully that picture is going to be in my email tonight of the graded version of it. He was going to try to send it to me. He tried to send it to me through eBay, but for some reason the image didn't come through. I don't know why. But hopefully it will come through in email, and then when it does, I will tweet out the graded image of it. No, Gold Standard's definitely not the next one, because the first one that comes out with them in their NFL uniforms is Elite, and it will come out after Elite. For sure, Gold Standard doesn't come out before that. But I did think that we had another release between now and Elite, but maybe we don't. I don't know. Of course, definitely we've got the Leaf. That comes out tomorrow, but I'm talking about the Panini stuff. But Gold Standard's definitely not before Elite. Numbered to 99, Andy Dalton, Bengals. Because I always look forward to the first one that's in the NFL uniforms, because then I don't have to think about what team they go to. That is a blank back Warren Moon to 50 for the Vikings. Of course, by the time we get to it, I will have learned probably somewhere between 40 and 50% of them I will already know by the time we get to the cards where we see them in their uniforms. The other 40 or 50% will definitely help me. Kareem Hunt, that is numbered to 65 with the chrome refractor parallel, and the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if they're making Origins this year. I haven't seen any pre-sale notice about that, and I forgot to ask my rep about it. but I would assume that they are, because Origins has done very well for them. So I would assume yes. But that tends to come out more towards the actual start of the season, as in the time they start playing, closer to that time. It's not usually one of the earlier products. Gold Standard is one of the earlier products, but I still think it's more like a July type product. June, July, late June, early July kind of thing for Gold Standard, I think. Because we'll have Elite and we'll have, why am I blanking on the name of it? Certified. Those will both be earlier in the season than Origins. And I think there's even another one. To $2.99 Redback. Roquan Smith. What are you, Salthill, what are you saying the style of what is interesting? I'm not sure. I've lost my my way there on that. I'm sure it was something I was just talking about, but I can't think what it is. Des Bryant to $2.99 for the Cowboys. Redback. Because you're talking about 0-0 number on rookies, but I'm not sure in regard to what. Oh, in Origins, you're talking about you like the art style. I got you. I got you. Classics combos of Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman. Nice little dual relic there for the Cowboys. Is that right? Were all of the rookies in Origins last year had 0-0 as their number? How did I not notice that? Because I didn't notice that. I don't know how I didn't notice that, but I didn't. Christian Kirk is next out, number to 25. I believe Christian Kirk is an Arizona Cardinal, if I'm remembering correctly. I think he's going to have Josh Rosen throwing to him before you know it. I mean, I know they're starting Sam Bradford, and they should. But we all know Sam Bradford's going to get hurt somewhere along the way. Probably sooner rather than later, because he's not very durable. And when that happens, Josh Rosen's going to jump right in there and keep right on trucking. Because they're not going to put in Mike Glennon. When it happens that Sam Bradford has whatever injured, whatever happens with his knee happens. I don't think it's going to be Mike Glennon going in. Dan Marino, Canton Collection swatches for the Dolphins. Luminance, that's the one I was forgetting. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, I know there's something else in there I'm forgetting. Luminance. Yes, that's it. It's a new product. Probably part of the reason I forgot about it. And it's going to have draft day signatures in there. Kind of the, you know how the basketball products for Panini do next day signatures? It's going to have draft day signatures in Luminance. To $299 Warren Moon for the Vikings with the red back. And then there is another new one. Speaking, once you turned that key there in my mind, now I can remember all this. Another new one that'll come out is Elements. And those will both come out, I think, well, yeah, they may both come out before Elite comes out. That is Gronk to 25 for the Patriots. For sure, Luminance comes out first. And I think the other may as well. Elements may come out before then, too. Hogs, you're going to be 50 on June 8th. Well, happy early birthday. We're not far from it. What are you going to do? Are you going to have a big bash? Maybe we'll all come crash your party. You're not that far from me, Hogs. You never know. I wouldn't come crash your party. That wouldn't be very nice. But I do hope that you had something fun to do. Brandon Faison. Didn't we look him up the other night? Numbered to 99. Seems like I did. But for now, I'm going to set him up there. I'll pick up my handy paper. I did not write him down, so if I looked him up last night, I didn't write him down. So we'll be looking him up again. You're having a midlife crisis. That's funny. So you're going to take your Harley on a weekend trip. It sounds like a lot of fun. My cousins and my uncle used to ride a lot. Unfortunately, my uncle now has Parkinson's. He can't do that sort of thing anymore, but they used to love doing that. Mike Singletary for the Bears, a Canton Collection swatch that will go along with your nice buyback autograph if you have the Bears. But yeah, they loved to take open road motorcycle trips and went a lot over the holidays, and they would camp and things. They really enjoyed it. To 299 Cameron Petway. Yeah, you're right about that, Saltill. He did not put a lot of effort into his signature, for sure. That is true. Alvin Kamara and the Saints, numbered to 175, refractor red back chrome. But here's an interesting thing. First of all, I somehow didn't know this until very recently, that they no longer teach cursive writing in schools, and apparently haven't for about 4 years now, but I didn't know it. So there's all these people, all these kids that are coming up through the school system that not only can they not write cursive, then they can't read it because they've never been exposed to it. But so this leads to an interesting question of what's going to happen when all these kids are whatever they are, whether they're the president of the United States or whether they're our next star quarterback or whatever. What's going to happen when they can't sign their name? This is numbered to 99. Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, they could, but they would have to print it. They wouldn't be able to sign it. So when I see autographs like we just saw there for Brandon Faison, I have to stop and think, okay, so did he sign his name that way because he's kind of lazy and he had to sign a whole bunch of them and he didn't feel like doing it? Or did he sign his name that way because he never learned how to write cursive? So I don't know. Interesting question, though. Rich Gannon for the Raiders to 99. And honestly, the reason that any of this comes up is because one of our Steelers rookies sent out a tweet that said, I never learned cursive, but I just signed my Steelers contract today. And I'm thinking, what do you mean you never learned cursive? That doesn't make any sense to me. And then I start reading the comments below the tweet that he sent. And then there's this, one guy, of course, being a jack, because there's always somebody like that, saying that, oh, you're illiterate, blah, blah, blah. And then everybody else is like, excuse me, they haven't taught cursive in school, and that's why he doesn't know it, and so on and so forth. But anyway, so that brings up an interesting point. What's going to happen when we get to the generation that we're asking them to sign trading cards, but they can't sign their name in cursive? To 299, there is Zeke for the Cowboys. Well, that's a good point, Saltill. They probably do sign most things electronically. And of course, the people who, there's the whole thing about, well, they couldn't even read the Constitution, etc., because that's written out in longhand in cursive, which is true. But then the flip side of that are the people who will say, well, it doesn't matter because it's all typed out and it's available digitally anyway. It's not like they would ever go read the longhand version to begin with. So I guess there's two ways to look at everything. There's always two ways to look at everything, but to me, I find that very unusual because I think, how could you say, for instance, not have someone forge your name if you weren't writing in cursive, if you were just writing out block letters and things like that? So, I don't know. Interesting, though. Well, Salthill, I'm with you there. My handwriting is horrendous. And it always has been. I don't know. I guess I just never really took the time to be all super duper fancy with it. And I'm sure I could do better if I really, really wanted to, but I don't really, really want to. And I also kind of do half cursive, half printing. I do kind of a combo cursive printing most of the time because it's faster. Sometimes I write full out longhand. Occasionally I fully print, but usually I do some combination of the two. So anyway. All right, guys, we have a little recapping to do, but before we do that, we've got to give those out by way of random, but I have to look these two guys up. So we actually have a handful of things left to do. That is the last of what we have to open tonight. So anybody who's not interested in the recap and doesn't care how the classic clashes are divided and that sort of stuff, you are free to go. But anybody who does care about all that, which hopefully many or most of you do, then hang out and we're going to look this stuff up. So I'm going to start out by checking out Brandon Faison here and see where we come up with that. And for the moment, I can't see chat while I'm looking this up, because I have to use the iPad to look this up. Otherwise, it's a big ordeal to look it up on the laptop because of the way it's set up to do the break. Brandon Faison, where are you, buddy boy? All right, he is signed with the Chargers as an undrafted free agent, but went to the Chargers. All right, so I need to write this down somewhere. Hold on a hot second, guys. Let me write this down. And gals, we may have gals around too. All right, I'm writing this down. Sorry, Brandon Faison is now a Charger, which I think somebody may have already said in chat, but anyway, now we know. So we'll recap him right now, Chargers. And then that brings us to Micah Kaiser, and I know Nicholas told us Micah Kaiser, but you also know that I do still look it up. Even when I know them myself, I still go to the checklist. We still look them up. It's just what I do. All right, Micah Kaiser, a Ram, just exactly as Nicholas had told us. Which I knew, Nicholas, don't take it personally, man. I knew that you were telling truth over there, but as I said, I do always look them up. All right, so those two out of the way. Now we're going to deal with this right here. Classic clashes. I'm going to run over into random. I will bring you along with me. And here's what will happen. I'm going to type in left and right. We'll hit random 3 different times. Wherever we end up on the 3rd time will tell us where it's going to go. So for instance, if random gave us the left side of the card, then it would go to the Patriots and all the teams on the left in the subsequent cards. If it gives us the right, it would go to the Steelers and all the teams on the right in that stack of cards. So let's run over here and see what we can find out about it by letting random do the heavy lifting. All right, remember it's only the 3rd one that counts, so ignore this first one, ignore the second one. Here comes our 3rd and final, and yeah, there it is. 3 times our date and time stamp, and it comes up with the left-hand side of the card. And sorry, I got momentarily distracted there because my little cat came running, and I thought he was going to jump right in that pile of wrappers, and I was trying to divert him. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened. All right, so left-hand side of the card. So Patriots on that one. Takes us through 49ers, Raiders, Steeler, Charger, Steeler, Lion, Jet, Viking, Raider, Steeler, Viking, Cowboy, Viking, Bear, Seahawk, Bengal, Bear, Seahawk. So that's how those look. That's how that's gone. Oh, Saltil, was it that the other that the other case from last night went to the right side of the car of the thing? Yeah, see, that's why I always put them in a sleeve like that and then circle so that I know when it comes time to sort it what goes where without having to go back and watch. I didn't even remember. We're taking a stroll through a stroll, whichever. We're going to go back through this stack of cards, and these are our numbered cards that are non-chrome. The stuff that is to 299 is all red back. The stuff that is to 50 is blank back. And then, of course, we have other things that are timeless tributes numbered to various things, most of them to 99. We did have this Peyton Manning that's to 10 and maybe a few other numbered variations. But for the most part, that's what they're going to look like. And, of course, originally we went through and looked at the back of all of these. So we're not going to do the backs again unless there's one in particular you want to see. If there is, jump in there and tell me, and we will. But otherwise, it's like this. Because there's quite a lot of numbered cards in Classics. We actually did pretty well with the low numbers tonight, as a matter of fact. We had a couple in there to 10. I had 1 to 5. As a whole, our numbered cards came out nicely tonight. Our numbered chrome is to 175 for Alvin Kamara. For Kareem Hunt, it is to 65, I believe that said. For Matt Ryan, it is to 15. Dallas Goedert to 175. There's a really nice little Fran Tarkenton to 5. That's the one with the no name on the front as well. Deshaun Watson to 175. Barry Sanders to 175. Franco Harris to 15. Is that right? No, sorry. Franco Harris to 65. Told you guys I'm half blind. Is Franco Harris to 65. Try that again. Terry Bradshaw is to 15. So somebody's to 15 anyway. And Todd Gurley to 175. And once again, I think I set aside all of our numbered cards. If you saw one go through earlier and you did not see me recap it, don't worry. You're still going to get it. I'm still going to find it and sort it, and you're going to get it. I just try to stack them aside in the right spot, but occasionally I mess it up. Mike Singletary for the Bears. For the Dolphins, Dan Marino. For the Cowboys, Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. The Biscuit, Mitch Trubisky for the Bears. Howie Long, Raiders. Troy Aikman, Cowboys. Kansas City Chiefs, Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt. Thurman Thomas for the Bills. Canton Collection, John Riggins for the Redskins. And a couple for the Packers with Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. And there's our other Mitch Trubisky. That's the one numbered to 50. Nice little 3-color patch on that one. Our signatures. Of course, we already talked about these, but the Micah Kaiser goes to the Rams. Brandon Faison is for the Chargers. I'm going to double check that I am right about Christian Kirk. I believe he's a Cardinal. Yes, so Christian Kirk is, in fact, a Cardinal. John Hanna for the Patriots. That was numbered to 30. Our buyback is numbered to 15. It's Mike Singletary for the Bears. It's originally from Pacific in 1991. Ron Yari, numbered to 25. Another nice vet hit, Hall of Famer kind of guy for the Vikings. Here is Duke Dawson to 99. And where did I've already forgotten where Duke Dawson was, and I said it earlier. Patriots. Why can't I remember that? Mike White to 25. Cowboys. Y.A. Tittle, another really nice Hall of Fame hit to 49. And the New York Giants. James Washington for my Pittsburgh Steelers to 99. Or to 49? To 49, not 99. And Joe Theismann started things off tonight for the Redskins. That is an on-card signature as well. So nice little hit for the Skins there with Joe Theismann. And then just to finish up the night, I will once again put up the spreadsheet for anybody who perhaps jumped in late or you're watching the recorded version and you didn't go to the front and you want to see your shipping info, etc. Here it comes. So remember, no mail on Tuesday. That is why I have it as a projected, or no mail on Monday, I mean, which is why I have it as a projected Tuesday shipping date. I doubt very seriously that I can get this out by Saturday. I will try, but I doubt it. So that would put it to Tuesday, with Monday being the holiday. And other than that, yeah, we got a lot coming up here. Tomorrow night, of course, Ultimate Draft, which you know I'm a fan of. Comes out tomorrow. Can't wait to get in it. It's a 60-hit case, and it's going to be awesome, along with Tier 1 and Dominion and a Gold Rush Series 2 autograph mini helmet. It also comes out tomorrow. By Saturday, we're back to more classics, and we'll also mix in some more Ultimate Draft and some 2011 Prime signatures and some autograph memorabilia. Sunday, we'll be hard at it again with classics, along with memorabilia, Dominion, and Leaf Ultimate Draft. By Monday, I'm going to need a break, so we're going to do easy stuff with just some autograph memorabilia and a half case of 11 Prime signatures. On Tuesday, we'll open some basketball, including Dominion, and then some more Tier 1 baseball. And then, of course, next Wednesday, we'll have new stuff coming out, Essentials basketball and TriStar mini helmets, and I don't remember what all else, but all the stuff that comes out on Wednesday, you know, we'll open it up on Wednesday as well. So that's all we have for tonight. Once again, thanks everyone for joining. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Thanks, guys. Bye now.